Hi y'all, thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. Today, I'm going to be doing a whisper ramble. I'm just going to talk about a bunch of miscellaneous things. Try to do some up close whispering. And then just kind of talk to you about like my life, what's been going on, some of the books that I've read. It's not really going to be like a what I've read video, so to speak. It's kind of just going to be like random thoughts, random updates that don't really fit into a specific video, but still, I feel like I've never done just like a plain, straight up like ramble with no gimmicks involved. I took off my regular windscreen, is that what it's called? Windscreen, mic cover, whatever it is. Normally I use this one, but I just put a plain one on in the hopes that it enhances the tingles, the whispers. So first things first. I'm gonna tap on this dusty coaster. My first update is that I have COVID. Yes, the dreaded COVID. This is my first time that I've got it. Not for almost 5 years, and it's no joke. It is not fun. I have been sick for over a week now, so a week and a day. I am still testing positive. I have not had a negative test yet. I have not gone back to work. I have literally been at home for a week and a day. You would think with all that time I would have filmed videos, but I've been feeling pretty bad. My husband got it too, so you might hear him like cough or sniffle. I feel like he's had it a little worse than I have, which he works from home and has the immune system of a small kitten. He does not deal with the public on a daily basis like I do. So, he's been feeling pretty rough. I also was able to get a prescription for a medication called Paxlovid, which helped ease my symptoms. So I really only had like 2 or 3 days max of feeling like pretty flu-y, pretty crappy, but I just have lingering symptoms at this point, like a cough, and I've been having like a dull headache. But yeah, it sucks, the timing of this. I mean, it sucks, but also like it works out because I'm kind of a free agent at work, because I have been temporarily displaced from where I work due to someone else being in training for my position. So she's running as, the business as me essentially. And I am being sent elsewhere to help other, people out. So I got sick and I haven't been able to help anyone else out. I was supposed to go, multiple different places and kind of do some traveling, but that did not happen because I got sick. So this also lines up with my actual vacation. So I had taken vacation because I'm going to New York she knows my brother too. We all used to work together. So we'll all hang out and go shopping in New York and go out to eat and do lots of cool stuff. So I'm hoping that I feel better for that. I also got a new piece of Taylor Swift merch, but again, it's just one thing, so it's not really like I could make a video of this one thing. But now that this is like kind of random, I'm gonna show it. 1989, Taylor's version. I haven't opened it yet, but I know what it is. I mean, I should know what it is. I ordered it. But I order a lot of random stuff. But on the back it says Taylor Swift 1989 Viewfinder. So let's unbox it together. This is a slip of paper. It's instructions. See? This is actually freaking cute. Are you kidding me? Is that supposed to come off? I don't know. Insert the disc down to the marks. The worst thing about having nails is like you can get anything open ever. Let's look at these. Oh my gosh, these are effing cute. These are like, you can see, okay, can you see it? Yeah, you can see. These are like older pictures from the original 1989 photo shoot. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, let's put it in sticker side facing. I've already not paid attention to anything I read. We're gonna see. Is that right? Okay, that's right. Get my camera seeing it. Oh, this side needed to face out. I wonder if you can see in it. Probably not. Oh, you can. It's kind of unclear. Hold on. Oh, what the hell did I just do? Okay, that's so cool. Anyway, this is cute. And then these are from like the Taylor's version 1989 photo shoot. You can kind of see some of those. Anyway, this is actually really cute. I think this is a good little collectible. Okay. Cute. I'm gonna put that on display somewhere. I have been trying to get back into reading. I had posted that like book haul that I did I don't know, a couple months ago now. And I actually read some of the books that I purchased. I was so proud of myself because with my job, and just being an adult, having a full-time job, that is not like traditional hours. And I am tired all the time, but I did read some of the books that I picked up. So I read this book, Just Like Home, by Sarah Gailey. And I thought it would be fun to talk about this. I read this a couple months ago now. But 1 star, like half a star, if even that. Like, I would never read this book again. I would never recommend this book to someone else. Let's read the synopsis. Come home, Vera's mother called, and Vera obeyed. In spite of their long estrangement, in spite of the memories, she'd come back to the home of a serial killer, back to face the love she had for her father and the bodies he buried there beneath the house he'd built for his family. Coming home is hard enough for Vera, and to make things worse. She and her mother aren't alone. A parasitic artist has moved into the guest house out back and is slowly stripping Vera's childhood for spare parts. He insists that he isn't the one leaving notes around the house in her father's handwriting. But who else could it possibly be? There are secrets yet undiscovered in the foundations of the notorious Crowder house, and Vera must piece them and find out for herself just how deep the road goes. This book made no sense. It had gaping plot holes. It was foolish. It wasn't even that creepy, and like, it could have been like a short story. I don't know. It just like was frustratingly bad. So there read that book. And then actually the most recent book that I read was Twisted Love. He has a heart of ice, but for her he'd burn the world. Now I knew that this was probably like, I feel like I hear everyone say like a spicy romance, like sunshine and darkness. I don't know the terminology. I mean, it was essentially smut, I guess. I don't know, is that so, like, do we not use that term? It was spicy, yeah. It wasn't like that great. My dog is in the hole. I need to stop, one, being a hater. It is not a cute personality trait. I just I'm a hater. I'm a hater. And I don't know why. Because I couldn't write a book. But I can't just be like, oh no. This book was better than this book, I will say. Like, I enjoyed this one more. It just wasn't like that fantastic of a book. No, actually, like, finished it very quickly. Crash 1 year before Cass was born. All the way back to Dickie at 10 years old, standing in the summer garden with his father, learning how to be a real man. The bee sting, Paul Murray's exuberantly entertaining new novel, is a tour de force. A portrait of post-crash Ireland, a tragicomic family saga, the dazzling story about the struggle to be good at the end of the world. So, like, it's nothing like murder, mystery, thriller, like, kind of slice of life, I guess. Just a nice, well-written fiction. And, I'm enjoying it so far. Like I said, not super far. But yes, enjoyed it so far. Then I also have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. I've just seen this on a bunch of like TikToks and YouTube, like end of year lists. Why can I never go to the right spot? There we go. So let's read the synopsis for this one. Okay. Bearded bad boy barber Knox prefers to live his life the way he takes his coffee. Alone. What? Okay. What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? That's... Okay. He prefers to take his coffee alone. Like, drink it alone, or he doesn't like anything in his coffee. Okay, anyway, unless you count his basset hound, Waylon, Knox doesn't tolerate drama, even when it comes in the form of a stranded runaway bride. Naomi wasn't just running away from her wedding, she was riding to the rescue of her strange twin to Knockmount, Virginia, a river on the edge of town where disputes are settled the old-fashioned way, with fists and beer, usually in that order. Too bad for Naomi, her evil twin hasn't changed at all. After helping herself to Naomi's car and cash, Tina leaves with her something unexpected. The niece Naomi didn't know she had. Now she's stuck in town with no job, with no car, no job, no plane, and no home, with an 11-year-old going on 30 to take care of. There's a reason Knox doesn't do complications or high-maintenance women, especially not the what is that called? TBR. See, I'm trying to learn. I have not been a reader for quite some time. I used to read so much. But yeah, so I have Happy Place by Emily Henry and Book Lovers by Emily Henry that I would like to read. I'll probably read Book Lovers first, and if I like that, then I'll read Happy Place. But I've seen those on a lot of lists. For the Wolf, I saw that in someone's like TBR video, and it sounded really interesting. I'm glad my mom died. I have not read that. I have not listened to the audiobook or anything. That might be one that I get the audiobook for, but I think that sounds, I'm sure I would like that. And then Big Swiss, which I just bought. Tomorrow. That's one that I think has been on a lot of like lists. Second Place by Rachel Cusk. I've seen that